All right, so when we're using the vertical mill, as I said, we're always gonna pay attention at people so people don't get hurt. So the rotating the rotating piece of the vertical mill will be the quill here where the tool is gonna go. So we have to make sure nobody's gonna touch the tool, or we're gonna have any sort of like a loose clothing or a hair or anything getting caught on the rotating piece, right? So it's fairly easy to stay away because there's not a lot that we can do, except from when we have a tool here and we're reaching for it. So to be safe, we're never gonna reach for the tool or do any measurements here when we have the equipment on, right? So we can actually stop the equipment and then we come in and take a measurement, right? Because if you're always running and if we're gonna take a measurement or something, let's say we pull our piece forward and we're gonna come here and take a measurement, we can put ourselves in a condition that we're very close to the tool that's right here, okay? Or we can get caught like somewhere, you know. So that's the first thing. Second thing is when I rotate the hand wheel on this side, the hand wheel on that side also rotates. So we always have to worry about who is actually on the other end. It's not that we're gonna hurt somebody so bad, but we can also have an incident happening in the shop, right? So these are two conditions that we're gonna have to watch when we're using the machine. The other, the second thing that we're gonna do is actually we're gonna worry about the equipment, right? So we wanna make sure that we have the machine in the correct gear when we turn it on, right? So what can happen is, so let me move to low gear, all right? Then let's say that we're gonna turn the machine on, okay? So let's say I'm gonna go from low gear to high gear. So see, right now, my gears are not meshed in, they're not engaged, right? So for my gear to get in, I'm gonna have to rotate my spindle here. So when I rotate, look, then the gears go in. So if the gear is not in, I wouldn't want people to turn on the machine, right? Otherwise the gear would actually damage because they're not engaged, right? So we wanna make sure that it's in the correct gear and the gear, that the gear is correctly set. We shouldn't change the gear when the machine is on, right? So we have to make sure that we only change the gears when the machine is off. But once the machine is on, then now we can change the speed. So the speed, we're only gonna change speed when the machine is on. Okay? All right. So that's to protect the gearing system here for when we use the machine, right? The next thing that we want to protect is actually tooling and the vise, right? We have to make sure that we use the correct parallel plates when we're setting up our block, and then we set up our block correctly so we don't run with our tool on our vise, right? If you look around, you're gonna see all these marks that were made by previous students when they were not paying attention, right? So also, when this happens, let's say you run your end mill here, it's actually pretty hard. You might say, I don't know why it's hard, so let's go. And then let's say that your tool breaks. Now you put yourself into danger and others into danger because now those debris, they can go flying into your face, and then it comes another point that you want to be using safety glasses all the time when using the tools here, okay? All right, so we want to make sure And when we are cutting the piece, we're gonna see how the shavings are flying away. So sometimes the shavings are come towards you. So you can always actually move to the other side and actually use the hand wheel from the other side, right? So like you're not on the way, right? So you wanna watch for that, because like sometimes these shavings, they come out really hot depending on the material that you're cutting, right? So this is a general idea of how to be safe around the vertical mill.